Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while, but it's been quite a stressful time since my last vlog. As you can see, I've got a haircut. My hair's thinning out from all the chemo, not radiation, the chemo. And yeah, I've just been in and out of hospital. Either had fevers or I had to get keyhole surgery for the gallstone. So I got it out. It wasn't 7 centimeters, but they reckon it was probably a good 5-6 centimeters. So pretty proud of that moment. So right now I'm still recovering from surgery, and still in remission. So that's fantastic. But for me, when it comes to remission, so basically the leukemia blast cells are under 5%, and for the hematologists and the oncologists, basically any blasts that are under 5%, you are in remission. But for my case, I have a special case. In fact, I'm the talk of the hospital. I'm even in a research program down in Adelaide. So basically, our genetic makeup, we have two kind of coexisting genes. Basically, this is a simplified version, and if you want to know more, do some research. But two coexisting genetic sequences, and they work together. And basically, this one of my genes is called the RUNX1 gene. And when I was born, one of these coexisting genes was corrupt. So if anyone knows me and has gone to school, they would realize that I grew up with bruising, bleeding, all those type of things. So I never joined the rugby, never did all those type of stuff. But basically what has happened is in the recent year, or whenever, just before, a couple of months ago, whatever, the other gene has gone corrupt. So now all of my bone marrow has this corrupt nature. So the war isn't over. So I'm now in this stage of life where, yes, I'm in remission. Yes, it's under control. I'm still walking around with maybe 40, 50 platelets when they should be above 200. Neutrophils seem to be good. My red cells are around 120, 110. So the bone marrow is not the best, but I'm not bleeding out and dying and doing those type of things. So the next phase is basically we're going into the bone marrow transplant phase. And I have a date, which is great news. So the 8th of November 24 is the date they've given me, where it's a preemptive booking, but this is the date they're aiming for. And what I mean by preemptive is that they have to wait for this donor. Apparently he's in America. This donor has to do a couple of tests, and they also have to figure out whether the timing factor for him is good for the 8th of November. But they're pretty solid, and they're going for the 8th of November. So I'm going to go straight to the point in this. So the bone marrow transplant it's a dangerous task. It's not easy. I have 7 days of intense radiation and chemotherapy to basically destroy what bone marrow I have. So I'll be pretty much sick 24/7 for 7 days. I'll be subject to possible infections and all these type of things. So no production of white cells or platelets or anything like that. So they'll be pumping me full of drugs and everything for 7 and a bit days. On the day after all that, I receive the transplant, and that is really simple. So it's just they have a drip going into my upper chest. And basically it's just like receiving blood. You just have stem cells going down, dripping into my system, and those stem cells spread out throughout my body and basically are like seeds planting themselves in my marrow, and they start to grow. So the donor's bone marrow starts to grow within mine. It's just fantastic. But there's no solid science to this. They don't fully understand. They're pretty good at it, but they don't fully understand what dangers there are. The donor cells that I'm going to be getting are possibly and hopefully a 9 out of 10, which is fantastic. But there's a chance that it won't work. And depending on your definition of what risky is, it's pretty risky for me. Now, there's a chance for what to happen is that the stem cells, they create what they call the graft versus host disease. Basically, it's an autoimmune. The immune system of the new bone marrow, so the white cells and all that, start to reject my body. This could have a number of problems. I could possibly die. I could have a serious organ failure. I could just have a simple rash on the skin, or itchiness in the mouth, or I could walk away with no problems at all. So the riskiness of this, I talked to a doctor probably a month or two ago about this, and there's a chance 60% I walk away with no problems or a small rash. The other 40% is not good. So something big is going to be happening for me in the next month, guys. So I really appreciate, just keep praying, keep giving Alana and my children as much support as you can. I really appreciate that. The people who donate, they're fantastic, and it brings a lot of relief to our situation. And the stress has really affected Alana as well, which is perfectly makes sense. And I'm trying to help her with this as well. But it's tough because, with leukemia, that makes me tired quicker, makes my days slower. The surgeries that I'm in, so now I'm recovering from keyhole, which I'm not allowed to pick up anything heavy, and the hospital visits from the fevers and the doctor's appointments from all those types of things. So it's very hard for me to actually help her through day to day, and she's had people coming around helping, which is great. Some people even fly here to help us out, which is such a blessing. And this is why it's important to join a church, because all these people are from churches. They're all part of our family, church family, which is you can't replace it. You can't. It's so important to be in a church. Anyway, I'll skip that. But basically, we're going through a really intense fire, and I can feel it. Alana can feel it. We are getting refined, and I can see that we're getting stronger every week. But during that refining process, it's not easy. Everyone understands what we're going, like not what we're going through, but they understand the fire process, and this is really intense. So keep praying for us, guys. Keep supporting us. I really appreciate it, and God bless. And I just want to say that I got this really, with the transplant coming up, I have this really intense feeling of, I don't know, a feeling of like what it feels like to know that you could possibly die within this time frame. And it kind of reminds me of that feeling that maybe soldiers would get, when they're, I don't know, in World War II, in the transport ships going to the Normandy beach on D-Day. You're just waiting for the ramp to fall down and you're going to run, but whether you're a survivor or not, you don't know. The chances are pretty high, but that's what it feels like. And I'm confident that God is in this. He's reminding me every day that what's really important is God himself. It's family, church, and immediate family. And really also to have a hope in the future, no matter what situation you're in. That's really important. So I'm working on a project now. I'm not in a fetal position in the corner of the room, but I'm working on a project. I'm hoping I might make some money out of it after all this transplant surgery stuff. It's really intense, guys, and that's my update for you. I hope you feel blessed. If you're going through this situation as well, may God show you what he's doing in your life. And I hope he brings healing to you before any of this. But if he doesn't, it doesn't mean he's not around. All right. God bless.